Hello everybody. Today I have one photo and it is of the stack of Christmas cards that I finished yesterday for mailing, so I always like to get that documented. And I also have day 13's page right here. That was the page that ended up very blue and red, the second blue and red page with the see-through pocket there. So I'm going to keep that out so I can refer to that. The other thing I need my cards. So when I started writing these out about a week ago, remember a couple of videos I told you that I keep things in the back, like photos and things like that. Like I have a photo of an ornament here that I want to make sure I get documented on a day where I don't have anything going on. So I'm going to grab my card here, and actually I need to get this whole pocket here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. Now, I just thought of something. I was thinking, first of all, if you look at this card, very navy blue white picture, not thinking when I took this, green and red. I do have a little bit of the navy there. So I have to think about that. Am I going to ignore the fact that these two are the same, are different, or what am I going to do? So often what I do is I just tuck my card in this 6x8 pocket here and just leave it in this pocket and do that. The other thing as I was just thinking about this, that I could do is I could just put it in this way so I'm not using that pocket. Not that that's a bad thing that I'm using the pocket, but I'm thinking that might be kind of fun and something different. I don't know that I've done that in a while, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do right now is just use my day 12 and 13 to punch the holes here. And I'm just grabbing my Crop-A-Dile to get those holes punched. So then what I can do now is I can just put this in my protector, and I'll just use this page as an example. What will happen is this is just going to sit right in here, just like this. And I like that, having some different textures and elements, so it's not just all page protectors, page protectors, page protectors. The other thing I need to do is grab the, I am going to still put this in a pocket, and I don't think I've used any of these 4x6, these 2 up 4x6 pockets, so that's what I'm going to do today. And I want to grab this. So this can go here, and then, you know, I've got the card that will lay right over the top here, which is fine, but I have a couple of thoughts here. Do I use, you know, this, and this will go back to back, and then this will come in here, and I could decorate the back of this. I probably won't. But then I say that and I do, so we'll see. The other thing I could do is put a little sheet here over the top, so it will soften the fact that this is blue and this is not blue. So one of my thoughts as I'm toying with this is, I know I have some vellum, and I've not done this like this before. A lot of times they'll lay right across from each other, so I don't have that issue, but I have some vellum. I have some plain vellum, but I also have vellum with stars on it. So I think that would be really kind of cool, that you see this comes through like this, and then the card lays against it, and then you flip the page and there it is. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And and I could just cut the vellum and just put it in the book, or I could, the other thing I could do is put it in a 6x8 pocket right behind it and put something on it. What I think I'm going to do right now is, and I just realized this vellum, and I have no idea where this is from. It's an older piece that I've had for a while. I think I bought it last Christmas and didn't use it. But the stars start out small and go larger. So I want to think about that as I'm cutting this, and just thinking about this laying on this. And what I think I'm going to do is cut it using the top there. I need my Crop-A-Dile again. It's getting its workout today. But one of the things I want to do, I don't often measure, but with things like this, I want to measure because I want the pages to be at least similar, if not exactly the same. So this is about, I'm going to call it 6 3/4, just so it's a little bit smaller than that pocket, by 8 and I might call that 8 1/2. 6 3/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to cut down this sheet. And now that sheet will lay right over the top of that one. And what I'll do is get that Crop-A-Dile out, and it needs to go under. Get my Crop-A-Dile out here. And this will be kind of nice because I'm going to have 2 pages with different textures in them. So there's one, because we'll have the card. This is shifting on me a little bit, so I'm trying to be careful there. And there's the other one. Okay, so what that's going to look like in my book is it'll just look like this, and then you'll see this peeking out behind it. Okay? And I kind of like the idea of how this looks, because I like the way that's set. Well, actually it'll look like this, how this is set off. Now I could put something on this sheet if I want to, or I can leave it. And again, if I decide that I really want to, I could also put that sheet in the page protector. But as I said, I do like having elements in my book just kind of sitting there. I might decide, well, I was thinking about washi, but then I'd have to wrap it completely around. I don't know that I want to do that. I do like how this blue lays. This would have been cute if I had like, oh, well, there's stars on this, so it kind of works, okay? So that's this. I'm going to lay this aside for just a little bit while I'm working on this. And that card has glitter on it, and it's everywhere. So now I need some sort of journaling element, and I was thinking about this piece here that I have that says naughty, nice, naughty, nice. I'm not sure that this is the right piece though. I've done this for Christmas lists before, or lists of holiday things, and now that I think about it, you know, when I journal on this, I could do you know, things that I like to do, that kind of thing, and just kind of express how I feel about them. And then I could, in this spot here or here, just do my date and a little bit of journaling. So this journaling could be a little bit more, general. And what I'm thinking about doing now that I really think about this is in this first spot, right, Christmas cards finished and ready to mail, and the date. And then it's not my favorite task, right, naughty. And then just write something about it feels great to have it done, and then go on with this list. And the thing, and now that I'm thinking about it, that is what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to go on with the list and do it like that. Now the other thing I could do, instead of doing check marks, if I wanted to, I could do like enamel dots here, or buttons, you know, anything like that. So if I wanted to bring in the blue, the navy, I could do that. And I'm thinking about doing that actually by doing this. I just thought about this. These are my homemade enamel dots with perler beads, and there's a really nice sort of blue one here. So I could do this all the way down the sheet, depending on what I'm writing about. And that is kind of an interesting look. It's something different. It pulls the blue in from there, and it pulls the blue in from the card. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, You're not going to see me do this on camera because this will take, it's going to determine, you know, it's going to depend on what I do with my list as to how this is going to look, and I'm not going to journal on camera, so I can take some time to think about that. Just because it's a little bit more of a, it's not just a this is what I did today kind of a thing. It's more of a how do I feel about traditions during the holiday season, that kind of a thing. So I have enough enamel dots. I'm liking the way that's looking. I think that's just a cute little something a little bit different. I did pull, I think I saw something I thought that said special delivery, and I was thinking about putting that on here. Or I could just do, here's this little arrow here from, this is an old Ellie Studio Noel collection, and just do this that says Merry Christmas to all. So that's an idea. I'm still looking for that special delivery for, here it is. That might not be right just because it's going to be very long. There's another one here that says good cheer. Fa la 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 la. And I actually like this one better, I think, because it's a little bit shorter too. So I have to tell you, we have had a beautiful fall here in Wisconsin where I live. And on Sunday it snowed, really the first measurable snow of the season. We had one light dusting before that. And oh my gosh, it's been winter ever since. So it's cold today. It's that, for those of you who live in cold climates, you'll understand that it's the go outside and hurt your face kind of cold, which is not so nice, but it is what it is. Okay, so I did that, and now as I'm looking at this and thinking, do I want some of that blue down in this? And I could pretty easily do that by popping some enamel dots on that. I used a lot of those navy ones up here, so I'm gonna have to look a little bit here. These are really easy to make. I think you put them in your oven, and I use the actual perler beads. I've heard pony beads, but they smell really bad, I've heard, and they take a lot longer. So I haven't used those, but I think 350, it's between 20 and 40 minutes. It's been a while. I made these probably, more than a year ago, just because it makes so many. So let's see how this looks just if I just put, like, see how many I can get on here. I think like just 2 of those down there. And really, I think that is going to be my layout once I get these on. So with these homemade perler beads, I just use my mini glue dots here. The thing about the glue dots is that normally I go direct to the glue dot to get something to stick to it. These don't do that all that well. So what I'm going to do, they don't stick. What I'm going to do is put one right on the paper. And I'm going to put another one just from experience. I know these can be a little bit finicky. And then I'll put the dot, or the bead enamel, the homemade enamel dot on there. And one of the things I like about these homemade ones is I was able to get some really nice blues. Blue is a hard color to find in enamel dots. It's getting better because there was a lot of blue recently out. But when I first made these, there wasn't blue out really. It was just starting. See, and this is what I'm saying. They like to come off on me. Okay, now the other thing that I'm thinking about is somewhere I need a date on, or a number on this. And I think it makes sense to do it up in here. The question is, I think I have some navy stickers, letter stickers. I know I do. So I could use those, and they have numbers, and they'd be really nice and simple. I like that idea. That's what we're going to do. No looking further. These look good. So today is day 14 for me. One of the hard parts about if you follow True December Daily, if it's the 8th, you know it's day 8. For me, it's not quite that simple. So I always have to really think about what I'm doing here. This is from Ellie Studio Joyful too, by the way, just so you know where that cutout came from. And let's see, I'm going to try to find something that sort of works for me here. And this, again, I don't use all the same numbers, so I have lots of choices here. And I'm using my Cutter Bee, I think so, tweezers here. All right, so these stickers, just in case you're wondering, are from My Little Shoebox. They're the mini alpha sticker here, and this one is indigo. That's the name of the color on this one. And I like how that's looking. Now, the one thing I'm going to do to kind of just see what I think is put this over the top and see what I can see through if I want to embellish this at all. And I'm just thinking, no. You know, if I had, I don't know, a banner or something that went down in blue, maybe, but I don't know that I have anything like that. There's a little snowflake banner here or a December banner here. I'm kind of thinking, I guess I could do both of those there. Or the question is, does it just take away? Oh, here's a special delivery sign too. I missed that, but that's okay. That's way too big. So I'm going to take these, just cut them off the sheet so I can kind of look at this a little bit more. The one thing I like about this is it would bring in the red, and it talks about December traditions. And then I'll see these from behind on the vellum. But I guess that doesn't really bother me. All right. So, you know, this is why I said I shouldn't say I'm not going to do that, because what did I do? I did it. I decided I am going to embellish this. And I have to remember, I have stuff. So it would be good if I could get rid of stuff. One of the things I'm thinking about is I keep pulling out those separate packages of die cuts, and I'm toying with just putting them all together. Just because so many of these things are sort of getting not lost now, but I've got so many different packages, it's getting hard to look through them for me. Okay, so what I'm thinking about is doing it like this. Oh yes, we're fussing today. Okay. I think that's good. I'm just trying to make sure that I have this one I'm going to cut off. I hope I haven't pulled that down too far for you. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to put a little bit of ATG right there. I do have some vellum adhesive that I could probably use on this, but since it's not going into a pocket, I'm not going to do that because I think that it won't hold very well. And I'll probably see a little bit of this adhesive behind too. That's okay. And I'm just thinking I might need to glue this down because it's not going in the pocket, and these are moving around a little bit too much for my liking. So I'm going to glue this in a little strip right there. So everything's shifted. And since this is going to be open to people thumbing through, oh, that adhesive really isn't showing all that badly. And then we're going to put another little spot right there for that one. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Yep. Okay, looks good to me. And then this will just sit across from here. Kind of raised up, something a little bit different. I could put a little jewel or something on that if I wanted to. A little pearl, a little enamel dot, just to give that a little bit of sparkle. I don't remember if I have my rhinestones out or not. I don't, but they're very handy because I have a bunch of them in. I'll show you this. This is my kit that I'm using to scrapbook my nephew's wedding photos, and so I have their embellishments and things in here. So I think I have rhinestones right here, and maybe I don't. Maybe I'm gonna have to actually grab, nope, I do. I have some right here. This, like my December Daily Kit, keeps everything together for me, and it makes it really simple to grab it and just take it if I want to scrapbook somewhere, or everything is all together so I don't have to go pawing through my stash every time I do it, because I tend to scrapbook a lot of their layouts all at one time. And I think that was just the touch that it needed to bring the sparkle in. All right, day 14 is done except for the journaling and getting all those little dots on there. I will do that, and then I'll take photos of it so you can see it. Hope you are all well, and I'll be back tomorrow with day number 15, and I'm baking today, so I'm pretty sure that will be my story. See you tomorrow. Bye.